Forget the long Eiffel Tower queues and cafe terraces crowded with tourists, desperately trying to order un latte. Today, we're peeling back the postcard. We're talking about the Paris locals know: quiet, curious, effortlessly cool, and best of all, free. Let's start where the guidebooks won't take you. Hidden beneath the usual hustle is a place where time slows down: the Petite Ceinture. It's a 19th century railway that's been overtaken by nature and reimagined as a leafy urban trail. No crowds, no tour buses, just wildflowers, graffiti-covered walls, and the occasional acoustic guitarist trying to be existential. Locals come here to walk, think, and escape, not to check it off the list, but to disappear for a while. Now, speaking of disappearing, how about rising above it all? Locals know that if you want the kind of panoramic Paris view that makes your Instagram look like a Wes Anderson film, you head to the rooftop of the Printemps department store. That's right, an old-school shopping center. Take the elevator all the way up and there it is. The Eiffel Tower, the Opéra Garnier, Montmartre, all spread out in front of you, and it's completely free. Just, try not to get distracted by the 900 euro scarves on the way in. Paris does that. And while we're on the subject of sneaky brilliance, ever walked into City Hall for art? The Hôtel de Ville regularly hosts rotating exhibitions: photography, fashion, even contemporary installations. And they're open to the public. No tickets, no lines, just culture served fresh. It's one of those spots locals slip into on a rainy afternoon, or when they're pretending to be intellectual on a date. As the day fades, there's a magic hour in Paris. And no, it doesn't involve sunset at the Trocadero surrounded by influencers in ball gowns. It's by the canal-side, where Parisians gather at the water's edge with a bottle of wine, a baguette, and zero agenda. They call it l'apéro. You sit, you sip. You debate whether that guy walking by is an artist, a model, or just French. Spoiler, probably all three. Oh, and if you really want to impress someone, skip the usual parks and head east to Parc des Buttes-Chaumont. It's got cliffs, a temple, a suspension bridge. Basically, it looks like someone built a romantic novel into a landscape. Parisians love it precisely because it doesn't feel manicured. It's raw, a little weird, and full of quiet corners to read, nap, or stare dramatically into the distance. But Paris isn't all brooding poets and misty canals. In the summer, something wonderful happens. The streets start dancing. Literally, they're called bals populaires. Neighborhood street parties with live music, lights strung overhead, and people from 9 to 90 dancing like no one's watching. You don't need a ticket. Just show up and maybe brush up on your waltz. And finally, here's a classic local trick. If you're in Paris on the first Sunday of the month, many of the top museums, think Musée d'Orsay, Centre Pompidou, even parts of the Louvre, open their doors for free. But locals know, don't show up at noon with a croissant and hope for the best. Go early or come later in the afternoon when the rush fades and the art feels more personal. Here's the truth. The best parts of Paris don't demand a ticket, a tour guide, or a perfectly curated itinerary. They ask for curiosity, time, and maybe a little wine. If you found yourself saying, "Wait, seriously?" even once during this video, you're officially ready to experience Paris like a local. So drop your favorite hidden gem in the comments or your best apéro tip. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, happy wandering.